Hello boys and girls, it's Miss Kim from Miss Kim's Children's Music. Today's vlog is going to be a craft. We're going to make Play-Doh. A really simple and easy Play-Doh. I already tried it out. It works beautifully. I have yellow Play-Doh. I made pink. I made green. Ooh, it's nice and squishy. I love it. And I also made blue. This is simple. This is for toddlers to make with parent supervision. I try to make it as simple as possible for the toddlers and for the older kids. I actually enjoyed making it myself. What you're gonna need is some flour, about 2 to 3 cups, depending upon how much Play-Doh you want to make. You're gonna need some salt. You're gonna need some salt. 2 tablespoons of any kind of oil, vegetable oil is fine, as well as some food coloring. Okay, we're ready to begin. Now you can get 1 cup filled with flour. I'm gonna just start with 1 cup, but I always have a little bit of flour set aside just in case it's a little bit too wet. Okay, so this is our just in case bowl of flour off to the side. But 1 cup of flour to start. You're gonna pour it in the bowl. Okay, it's in our bowl. Then we're going to get a 1/2 cup of salt. Okay, 1/2 cup of salt. Pour that. Then 2 small little tablespoons of oil. Going to pour that in. Exciting. Now we'll need some water. Okay, so now that we have everything in our bowl, we're going to start to add the water little by little. And then you're going to start mixing it. I'm just going to mix it with 1 hand for now, so I can get a feel for the consistency and texture, and add a little bit of water at a time. Now the good part about this is if it's too wet, what you'll do, see, I'm mixing it up, I'm kneading it up. Now that feels a little too wet, so I'm gonna add the flour into the mixture. A little bit more flour so it gets that Play-Doh-y consistency. Still a little on the wet side, which is fine. It's very exciting. Miss Kim really enjoys how Play-Doh feels in my hands. It's a good stress reliever. If you're angry about something, you can take all your anger out, or if you're just happy and joyful, it's a good feeling to use your hands in mushy stuff. Okay, so it's starting to form, which is really fun. So I'm gonna start incorporating my other hand. Okay, I'm glad I put that paper down. Now you always have your extra flour in case you need it. I'm putting that off to the side because I think I did a pretty good amount. So I didn't use all the water. That's key, add a little bit at a time. And you'll know if you need to add more, if it's too dry. But if it's too wet, you'll have that extra bowl of flour. Okay. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of flour, just a little bit so it doesn't stick to my hands. But this is getting to be a great consistency like my Play-Doh over here. Then next up will be to split it in parts. You can split it in little sections so you can make different colors. Okay, so I'm gonna split it in 4. You can probably put the bowl aside. I don't think we need the bowl anymore. Okay, so here's another portion. So I have 2 portions, and we'll make this our last portion. So this batch only made 3, so if you want more, add more flour. Do 3 cups of flour to 1 cup of salt, and you'll need a little more water. Now I tried this earlier. The dye comes off your hands, so you don't have to worry. But here's what I'm doing. I'm getting the dye, I'm dropping it in the middle, making a little hole in there, dropping the dough, dropping the food color in the middle. I'm gonna try purple, so I'm gonna do a couple drops of red and a couple drops of blue to make a purple color. Okay, so it's in the, see how that's in the middle? And then I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna try to let it work in so my hands don't get messy, terribly messy. But the good news is it does come off your hands. All right, so the color is starting to come through now. See the color coming through? Look at that. So I'm just gonna keep, ooh, it's coming nice and purple. So now that we learned the two colors that make purple are red and blue. So if I feel like I need a little more coloring to my dough, I can add a little bit more, but it's coming out pretty good. I might add just one more drop each. One red, one blue. Okay, close it up and mix. See, my hands aren't really don't have that much dye on it. So this is a good way not to get too much of the dye on your hands. This is fun. I'm gonna add just a little bit of flour because it's getting a little bit moist. I love the color. Purple is one of my favorite colors. Can you tell? Okay. So we have one Play-Doh in purple. If you want it darker, you can add a couple more drops of your food coloring. I'm gonna place this aside. I'm gonna make a red one. So again, in the middle of the dough, you're gonna put a couple drops of your food dye and close it up and let it work its way in. Close it around that dye to let it get all over the dough. And if it's not red enough for you, you make another little indentation, add a little bit more of your red, mix it in. The fun part of making Play-Doh is you get to squeeze it, mush it, and then after we're done making it, we're gonna play with it. So it's almost all the way through the coloring. And as you play with it, the coloring will go all the way through some more. Yay! Okay, so we have a pink one and a purple. Again, as time goes on, it does get a deeper color. Or if you add a little bit more, it'll get deeper red or deeper pink. So the last one, I'm just gonna keep playing. And we're gonna pause the camera and we're gonna play a little bit with the Play-Doh. Stick around. Okay, since making Play-Doh with your children is simple, doesn't need any cooking, we can in 5 minutes time or maybe a little bit more, begin having some fun. All right, Miss Kim's gonna make a pizza pie. Are you ready? I got the rolling pin. We're gonna roll out the pizza. We're gonna make a miniature pizza. We don't have to make a big pizza. Okay, we got, hey, oh, my pizza fell apart. Let's roll that pizza. All right, we're gonna have, let's see, what do you like on your pizza? Do you like some veggies, like broccoli? Maybe some spinach? Or are you a pepperoni lover? Let's do pepperoni because it's easy to make small little circles. Yummy pepperoni. Good fun. I'm making the pepperoni. Yummy. So you can make a pizza any way you want. If you want to make little mushrooms, you can make mushrooms. There's my pepperoni pizza. Yum. We can cut a slice. Well, thankfully, I got my plastic utensil so we can cut them into slices and pretend. We always pretend to eat our slices of pizza. We don't eat our Play-Doh, right? We just, Would you like to have some? Would you like a slice of pepperoni pizza? Cool. Now the cleanup should be pretty easy. Just separate the colors. And even if a little stays into the other dough, that's fine. We're just being creative here. Let's learn how to do shapes. Let's see which color. Let's do shapes in blue. All right, so you can practice making shapes. So if you have a rolling pin, that's fine. If not, pat it down with your hand, okay? So how do we practice making shapes? What you're gonna do is you're gonna get your little plastic, knife, and start to cut away. Let's make a square first. 2 straight lines. 2 straight lines is actually called parallel. 2 straight lines that go on to infinity, okay? We'll cut away those pieces. We're gonna cut away a piece here. Now that's more of a rectangle, because a rectangle has 2 sides that are the same, opposite each other. But a square has all 4 sides that are equal, so let's make it more of a square. Now Miss Kim isn't gonna go get, she's not gonna go get a measuring to measure it, but that's pretty much your square. Look at that. So we can practice our shapes. Let's see if we can make a circle. I have an idea on how to make a perfect circle. So if you have a rolling pin, great, use your rolling pin. If not, smush it down with your hands. Okay, I need a perfect circle. Let me see what I can get for a perfect circle. Cup in here. This Kim has a cup. So if you want to make a perfect circle, get a cup of any sort. There's our perfect circle. Now just take away the rest and the excess and you have a perfect circle. Cool. Now we're gonna make a smiley face on this perfect circle. We will make, let's see, we'll do purple eyes. Purple eyes. And a yellow smile. In order to make a smile, you're really just rolling it in between your hand. Get a piece of dough. It might be in a circle shape. Roll it until it's long and worm-like. And then mold that smile. Smile. So there's so much you can do. I love free play. The imagination can run wild. Miss Kim always enjoys doing crafts with you. I would love for you to show me some of the cool designs that you make with your Play-Doh. Feel free to send me an email through my website, MissKim'sChildren'sMusic.com. I would love to see what you make and how your Play-Doh comes out. Last but not least, do not forget to store your Play-Doh in a plastic bag for later so you can play with it again. Maybe put one of each color in a different baggie. In the meantime, thanks for joining and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.